First reading. A reading from the book of James, chapter 3, verses 13 to 18. Anyone who is wise or understanding among you should from a good life give evidence of deeds done in the gentleness of wisdom. But if at heart you have the bitterness of jealousy or selfish ambition, do not be boastful or hide the truth with lies. This is not the wisdom that comes from above, but earthly, human, and devilish. Wherever there are jealousy and ambition, there are also disharmony and wickedness of every kind. Whereas the wisdom that comes down from above is essentially something pure. It is also peaceable, kindly, and considerate. It is full of mercy and shows itself by doing good. Nor is there any trace of partiality or hypocrisy in it. The peace shown by peacemakers brings a harvest of justice. This is the word of Lord. Thanks be to God. A reading from the Gospel according to Mark, chapter 9, verses 14 to 29. As they were rejoining the disciples, they saw a large crowd around them, and some scribes arguing with them. At once, when they saw him, the whole crowd were struck with amazement and ran to greet him. And he asked them, "What are you arguing about with them?" A man answered him from the crowd, "Master, I have brought my son to you. There is a spirit of dumbness in him, and when it takes hold of him, it throws him to the ground, and he foams at the mouth and grins his teeth and goes rigid. And I asked your disciples to drive it out, and they were unable to do." I reply, he said to them, "Faithless generation, how much longer must I be among you? How much longer must I put up with you? Bring him to me." They brought the boy to him, and at once the spirit of dumbness threw the boy into convulsion, and he fell to the ground and lay withering there, foaming at the mouth. Jesus asked the father, "How long has this been happening to him?" "From childhood," he said, "and it has often thrown him into fire and into water in order to destroy him. But if you can do anything, have pity on us and help us." "If you can," retorted Jesus, "everything is possible for one who has faith." At once the father of the boy cried out, "I have faith, help my lack of faith." And when Jesus saw that a crowd was gathering, he rebuked the unclean spirit, "Deaf and dumb spirit," he said, "I command you, come out of him and never enter him again." Then it threw the boy into violent convulsion and came out shouting. And the boy lay there, so like a corpse that most of them said, "He is dead." But Jesus took him by the hand and helped him up, and he was able to stand. When he had gone indoors, his disciples asked him, when they were by themselves, "Why were we unable to drive it out?" He answered, "This is the kind that can be driven out only by prayer."